Greetings, believers. I was recently reminded of the vast difference between the assembling of the saints in the early church to the assembling of the saints in modern society. Early believers focused on love among each other as directed by Jesus. So I am left to ask the question, what happened to the love?
We say that God is love. And Jesus in Matthew chapter 22, verses 37 and 39 says, "Love the Lord your God with all your heart, with all your soul, and with all your mind. This is the first and the most important command. And the second command is like the first: love your neighbor as yourself." In the New Testament days, one aspect was straightforward. Either you believed that Jesus was the promised Messiah, the Son of God, or you did not. If you did, you became a believer and you had all things in common with the other believers. You met daily and shared with each other, thereby demonstrating the same love that Jesus emphasized was the most important command. So in Acts chapter 2 and verse 42 to 47, the believers spent their time listening to the teaching of the apostles. They shared everything with each other. They ate together and prayed together. Many wonders and miraculous signs were happening through the apostles, and everyone felt great respect for God. All the believers stayed together and shared everything. They sold their land and the things they owned. Then they divided the money and gave it to those who needed it. The believers shared a common purpose, and every day they spent much of their time together in the temple area. They also ate together in their homes. They were happy to share their food and ate with joyful hearts. The believers praised God and were respected by all the people. More and more people were being saved every day, and the Lord adding them to their group. But then came the persecution, because the religious leaders at the time felt threatened by this new group of people. They not only persecuted the believers, but they persuaded the political leaders that these believers were a threat to their king. This led to beatings and imprisonment, and eventually to the death of the apostles and even some of the believers. So some of them went underground, some fled to other territories, while others just remained silent. But Christianity survived. Serious persecution, though, continued right through the early years until sometime during like the 3rd century, when a political leader made Christianity acceptable. By then, however, political interference had brought distortion and had changed the focus. So let's fast forward now to the 21st century. Nowadays we are having to contend with things like original manuscripts, lost books, interpretations, and misrepresentations, thereby leading to like hundreds of different denominations. And some of them even insisting that theirs is the only right one. Christianity now is so divided that the love Jesus pushed and which the early church exhibited had been given the backseat. So now we are focused on upkeeping our denominations and bringing people into our clubs. But Jesus is calling on us to back to the love and the unity he came down on earth for. So in John chapter 13 and verse 34, he says, "I give you a new command. Love each other. You must love each other just as I loved you. Your love for one another will prove to the world that you are my followers. You must love each other." He also prayed for unity among his followers. In John chapter 17 and verse 21, "Father, I pray that all who believe in me would be one. So Paul picked up on this love theme, compelling us through his letter to the Romans to love each other. So Romans chapter 12 and verse 10 to 13. Love each other in a way that makes you feel close like brothers and sisters, and give each other more honor than you give yourself. As you serve the Lord, work hard and don't be lazy. Be excited about serving Him. Be happy because of the hope you have. Be patient when you have troubles. Pray all the time. Share with God's people who need help. Look for people who need help and welcome them into your house. Well, I pray, like Jesus, that all believers would unite as one and that we would live out our Christianity by freely sharing the love Jesus freely gave to us. Blessings, blessings.
We may never get back to the ways of the early believers, but we have to find a way to exhibit God's love not only among the believers, but especially among the less fortunate.